So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Bring it. 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Hey, watch the ball. Pass 85, pass 85. Hey, exit.
Here's Allen. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue. To play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Pass. Hey, check 24.
From the gun, it's Allen. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Duke Riley charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
Brings up 3rd down.
Smooth. Alert. Check 3.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Duke Riley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for his safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Here's Luck. And this one complete to Will Fuller. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. Got some real estate inside the 30. Complete. Smith has it. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Check out. 167. 140. Easy. Alert.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Check it. 12.
On second down and 4. Luck. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Kill. Alert.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Check out. 390.
Out of the gun, Luck. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chargers 7, Bills 0. Brett Maher on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by Maher is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, Sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
58 to Mike.
Running on first down, Eckler. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
48-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Allen off the play fake. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
6-6, pull it high. Switch.
After the interception, it's Locke. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Well, the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll begin the drive with Howard. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go.
From the 36, Luck. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Check out. 5, 675. 12.
Play action. It's locked. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
He's coming. We got double up. Hey, home. Check. Fresno.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Middle.
Now Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
11.
From the gun, here's Love. It's complete to Fuller. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Luck now to throw. He's got Fuller. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again is Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Go 58's the money. You don't know no better.
Allen. He's going to sling this deep down. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Watch the safety creep. Go ahead.
On 1st and 10, Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing is Locke. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll fake it. Now Locke. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Kill. Slam.
To the air again, Locke. He's got Smith here. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, Do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
11.
Looking to throw again on second down. Luck. And this one complete to Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Push him back. Push him back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 45 on second down, Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
11 feet. 12.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Anthony Lynn says now's the time. His guy's going on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Luck. He finds his target, Fuller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Flush to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. It's caught, Smith. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
This fielded at the 2.
That's it, baby. You got work.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's Allen hit. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. Does the big boy have the juice? The 30. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check 50.
On play action, Allen escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right. He's got a man, complete. A big play here for the Bills. 43 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Cut it left. Cut it left. 40. Now 10. Shoot. Hey, Haywood.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Pass. 31. Watch the slats. Watch. Hey, Zoo.
Allen going to go on 4th down. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. He's letting this one go for Fuller. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Man left, man left. Alert, alert. 3.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's complete to Croft. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And again, it's Allen. Looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. That turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
From the end zone, Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well.
Got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Luck. They'll set up the screen to Howard. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
12.
Throwing now, Luck. Looking here for Smith downfield. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Rush in. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey, tight. Hey, wahoo. Out.
Now Allen. And he'll find Hall. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Allen now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10.
56.
To throw, it's Allen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Whip. Watch the alert.
Allen now throwing again. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Nifty move. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Brian Anger now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. downs after getting this one across the 40. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
80 weapons. Check 31. Check 3. Check 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
He's brought down by Micah Hyde. 4 yards on the pickup.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for our visitors, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.